Welcome back to another project. In this project, we're going to create a mini calendar. As you can see from the final version of the project, we have a page of calendar that's showing the current date of our computer. Here, if you open the calendar of my computer, you can see that it's December 2021, Thursday, and the day is 2nd. We're going to use JavaScript to dynamically get the information of the computer and change this page according to that information. So we're always getting the current date in our page. In the next section, we're going to start with the HTML part of our project. So see you in the next section. All right, let's start our project. First, we open the Visual Studio Code. And here we close the Get Started tab. In the File menu, we click on the Open folder. And here we decide which place we want to create the folder. I would like to create it inside my desktop, but you can create it anywhere you like in your computer. So here we click on the desktop, and here we click on the New Folder button to create a new folder. We name the folder Mini Calendar, which is the name of our project. We press Enter, and here we click on the Select Folder button to select the folder. We close the Get Started tab again, and here on the left side, in the Explorer section, we right-click and we click on the New File to create our HTML file. We name the file index.html, and we press Enter. Now on the right side, we have our HTML file, which is completely empty, but easily we can create an HTML5 boilerplate using an exclamation mark. So we write an exclamation mark and we click on the first auto suggestion. Now we have our HTML5 boilerplate, which has doc type, which tells the browser which version of HTML the page is written in. Then we have the HTML tag, which includes the head and the body tag. And the lang attribute inside the HTML tag sets the language of the page. And in our case, we set the language to be English. Then we have the head tag, which has the metadata tags and also the title tag. The charset attribute inside the first metadata tag defines the HTML character encoding, and we set it to be UTF-8, which is recommended by HTML5 because it nearly contains all the characters and symbols. Then we have the compatibility meta tag, which tells the Internet Explorer browser to use the most recent rendering engine, which is Edge. The viewport meta tag tells the browser on how to resize the page, and the first section of this meta tag sets the page's width to device's screen's width. For example, the mobile screen width will be smaller than a computer screen width. And then we have the initial zoom level of the page, which is 100% in our case. Then we have the title tag, which sets the title of the page. We can open the browser inside the Visual Studio Code by using the Live Preview extension. We just need to right-click and we click on the Live Preview, Show Preview. We can close the Explorer section now by dragging this line to the left to have more space on the right side. And here, actually, we can use Alt-C to turn on the word wrap so we can see all the codes. On the right side now, we have our browser, which is completely empty, but with the title document. Let's change the title to our page's name, our project's name, which is mini calendar. And in the body section, we add a container to cover all the calendar, and we call it calendar container. We press Enter to accept the auto suggestion. So now we have a div with a class of calendar container. Then we have 4 paragraphs. The first one is for the month name. Then we have the day name and day number and the year. So the first one is the month name. So we just add a paragraph with a class of month's name and also with the ID of month's name. And inside this paragraph, we just write April, for example. So we can use CSS to style it before creating these months dynamically using JavaScript. So this is just a hard-coded name, April. The time now I'm recording this video is December 2021, and it's the 1st of December. So we just add another paragraph with a class of day name, for example, the Wednesday or Friday or whatever, with the ID of day name. And inside is, for example, Friday. And then we have another paragraph saying day number, for example, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. So we just say day number for the class and for the ID, the day name as well. And inside we just say, for example, 20. And the last thing is the year. So we just have a class of year and the ID of year. And inside we just say 2020. It's actually 2021 now, but just having a template to be able to style it in the next section. Yeah, that was it for the HTML part of our project. We just hard-coded some data, fake data. So in the next section, we're going to use CSS to style this calendar. And in the following section, we are going to use JavaScript to dynamically create this data based on the real calendar. So see you in the next section. All right, in the last section, we have finished with the HTML part of our project. In this section, we're going to start styling our project using CSS. First, we need to create a CSS file. And here we open the Explorer section using Ctrl-Shift-E. And on the left side, in the Explorer section, we right-click and we click on the new file. We name the file style.css and we press enter. Before using CSS in our project, we must add a link to the CSS file within the HTML file. We go back to the index.html and just under the title tag, we add a link tag. We just write link and we click on the third auto suggestion, the one with the CSS. Now we have a link tag with the relationship between the HTML file and the external style sheet, and the href, which means the URL of the file, is style.css because both files, the index.html and the style.css, are located at the same directory. Now we can use CSS in our project. We save this file using Ctrl-S. We close the Explorer section to have more space on the right side, and we go to style.css and we start with the body section. We write down body and we open a set of curly braces. We just write, first we remove the margin, the default margin around the body section, the space around the body section using margin 0. Then we have to bring them to the center. First we bring them to the center horizontally using display flex, then justify content center. Then we can bring them to the center vertically using, we should set the height to be 100% of the viewport height, which means 100% of the screen size horizontally. And then we set the align items center to bring them to the center vertically. Let's change the font of our project using font family, and we set it to be cursive. All right. Next things we need to do is to change the background color of our body. We just change the background color to slate blue. And yeah, that's it for the body section. Let's style the container, the calendar container. We copy this and we paste it here by dot at the beginning because it's a class. We change the background color to be white. We can see it now. And we change the width to be 300 pixels. We bring all the inline items to the center using text align center, and we add a border radius to round the border. So we just write border radius. We set it to be 10 pixels, and we can add some box shadow. the first value in the box shadow is the position of the horizontal shadow. We set it to be 0. The next one is the position of the vertical shadow. We set it to be 4 pixels. You can see it here. Then we have the blur radius. We set it to be 8 pixels. And finally, we have the color, and we can use RGBA function to set the color. So for the red, green, and blue, we set 0 for black colors, and we set alpha to be 0.3, which means 30% transparency or opacity. All right, that was it for the calendar container. We can use Alt-C to turn on the word wrap so we can see all the codes. Then after that, we install this month's name, which is this April. We copy this, we paste it here with a dot, and first we remove the margin. Then we add some background color to be, for example, orange, red. Then, as you can see, the border radius is gone from the previous container because this one is overlapping its parents. But we can use overflow hidden here to remove the extra overlapping of the children. Now we can see the border to be rounded. Let's change the color to be white, the text color. Then we add some padding around the text of the element. We set it to be 10 pixels. And we want to make it a little bit bigger. So we change the font size to be 30 pixels. And we want it to be bold. So we change the font weight to be bold. All right, that looks fine. Let's move on to this section, the Friday, or they call it day name. So we copy this, we go back to the installer CSS, we paste it here. We change the font size and make the size of the font bigger, and we set it to be 20 pixels. We change the font weight to 300, or even we don't need it because it's already 300 as a default. So I think it's fine. We just change the color to be a little bit lighter. So we change the color to dark gray. It looks better. After that, we go to this number, the day number. We copy this, and here we target it using dot. Day number is we just change the font size first to be 80 pixels. And as you can see, it has a lot of margin. So we change the margin to be 0. And the color is already black. We don't need to change it. And also we set this one to be bold as well. We just set font weight to be bold. That was it for the day number. And then we go to the next one, which is year. So we target it here. The year, we add a margin to the top and bottom, 20 pixels and 0 for left and right. We change the font size to be 20 pixels. And also we change the color to be dark gray. And also font weight to be 500. That looks fine. Now we can check this in the browser as well by using this hamburger icon and clicking on the open in browser. And this is just like a static website. It always shows April, Friday, 2020. But in the next section, we're going to use JavaScript to dynamically get this information from the real date of our computer. So, and then every day it's going to change and shows a new value. So see you in the next section for the JavaScript part of our project. All right, in the last section, we have finished styling our project using CSS. In this project, we're going to start adding functionality to our project using JavaScript. First, we need to create a JavaScript file. And here, we open the Explorer section first using Ctrl-Shift-E. And on the left side, in the Explorer section, we right-click and we click on the new file. We name the file index.js and we press enter. We bring the file here on the left side so we can see the browser on the right side. And before adding functionality to our projects using JavaScript, we must add a link to the JavaScript file within the HTML file. So we go back to the index.html and just at the end of the body section, we add a script tag. We just write SC and we click on the second auto suggestion, the one with the src. As both files, the index.html and the index.js are located at the same directory, we just need to have index.js for the URL. Now we can use JavaScript in our project. First, we save this file using Ctrl+S. We close the Explorer section to have more space on the right side. And inside JavaScript, we bring these items, the month's name, the day name, the day number, and also the year. So we have these elements here. They have the ID as well. For example, if we want to bring this part, we just need to bring this element, and we can bring this element because it has the ID attribute. We can use the getElementById method. So here we create a constant and we set it, just say month's name, and we equal it to document.getElementById, and the ID is month's name. We can use Alt-C to turn on the word wrap so we can see all the code. We close this one a little bit. And the next things we want to bring is this day name. So we just say const day name document.getElementById, and we just say day name. Next is the day number, and the ID is here, day number. We create a constant, we call it day number or day num. We just say document.getElementById, and we set it to be day number. The next one is the year. So we just say const year. You can add element at the end, so it would be more visible and readable. All right. So we just say document.getElementById, and the ID is year. All right. We already brought all the elements we need to manipulate inside the JavaScript, and then we need to get the data from the system using a date function. We just need to create a constant. We call it date, and we can get the date data of the computer using new date. Now, if we console log this date and we open the DevTools here, open DevTools pane from this hamburger menu, and we go to the console section, we see that we got the information of my computer. I'm in Australia, so the time is Australian Eastern Standard Time, and it's Tuesday, December 2nd, 2021. But we want this, we get this specific information from these data, and we replace these items by these data. So, for example, if you want to get the date, the day number, we can use data.getDate. And we need to open a parenthesis because it's a function, and we are getting 2 because it's the 2nd of December. And for getting months, we can replace this date to months. We are getting 11 because it's December. Shouldn't be 11 actually. I think, yeah, it's a start from 0s, and 11 is like the last month is 11. So January would be 0. All right, and then we can get the year, for example, using get full year method. Now we are getting 2021. All right, let's save this information inside some constant separately. And first we just say const, or we can easily replace these things. So for month's name, this one, we can just copy this, and we change the inner text of this. And for example, if we say whatever we write down here, we see in there. But we want this to be dynamic, so we just need to get first the months. We just say const months is equal to date, dot get months, which is 11. We already saw. And then we just say date dot to local string, because we want to get the months like a string. And then the language we want is English or any language you want to have. And after that, we want this months to be long. As soon as we change this one, we see that December, which is the current months here when I'm recording this video. The next things we want to change is this like a weekday name, day name. So here we have day name element. We change this inside it using inner text, and we just get the date dot to local string, and the language would be English. And after that, we set the weekday to be long. We are getting Thursday now, which is the correct day name. Next thing is this number, day number. The correct one is 2. So we can this is the like a day number element. We change it here dot inner text, and this is very simple. We just need to have date dot get date. We are getting second. The last thing is the year. That is simple too. So we just say the year element from here dot inner text equal to date dot get full year. And we open a set of parentheses because it's a function. Now we are getting 2021, which is the current year, and this is the correct date that I'm recording this video. And if we come back tomorrow, we get 3rd and so on. And this is always be dynamic, and we can use kind of this calendar for our website, or we can create some beautiful different calendars projects later by getting the idea of this project. That was it for our project. I hope you enjoyed and learned many things. See you in the next project.